Good morning, everyone. Tony Martinez here with Negozi, and today we are bringing you an informative webinar. As many of you know, Negozi, we help a lot of people start tax and insurance businesses. So if you are a professional in those industries and maybe you work for someone else and you've thought, man, I wish I could have my own business. I have my P10, but how do I get my EFIN? That's why we're here today. So today's webinar is part of our new Tax Academy. Negozi is launching a tax school, and every month we have a new guest to help us really understand the ins and outs of tax entrepreneurship, right? Not just tax preparation, but more how to be a business owner. So we do a lot of things in Espanol and also in English. As you guys know, we're very bilingual here. And to get started, I want to introduce my colleague, Javier Benitez, who came up with this great idea of starting a tax school to see what are we really looking for? What can people expect, Javier, in the next 3, 4, 5 months with the Negozi Tax Academy?
Yeah, so one thing we wanted to do is we understand in the tech industry, especially in the Latino side, that a lot of our members, they do taxes with their own P10, but they work for somebody else. So what we did is we wanted to partner with some of the larger service pros in the industry that we trust. I know Lakeisha is going to present today. I know Lakeisha for a lot of years. She does things the right way. She follows IRS guidelines, and we wanted to bring her in because she would be a great partner to teach anybody that wants to start their own office, and then also be able to offer them software at a lower cost as well.
Yeah, definitely, Javier. And so right now, from what I understand, a lot of people are looking to maybe make a switch because they just finished tax season. Maybe they were working with for someone else. Maybe they were active, it didn't go so well. So that's why we're launching this now, late April, right into the spring and the summer, to give everyone the resources that they need to be able to be successful, to maybe if they need to switch softwares or maybe sign up with a new bank or maybe go off on their own. So we want to let people know you are not alone to be able to do that. You're able to be able to have a team here and a network to help you. But with that said, I want to introduce our guest speaker for our very first ever Negozi Tax Academy. She said yes right away, so we're very thankful, and she has a lot of experience. Miss Lakeisha Porter, welcome.
Hello, everyone. Hello, how y'all doing today? I'm excited that Tony and Javier gave me the opportunity to speak with you guys and possibly get everyone signed up to become their own EFIN owners and have their own tax software.
And Lakeisha, before we get started, I just want to ask you something. So you started when I met you. Lakeisha was underneath the service bureau, and she grew her tax office to a lot of customers, and then she started her own service bureau. Can you kind of walk us through how you started and where you're at today?
Okay, so back in 2007, I was working for a company called COD Taxes, and when I realized how much money I was losing with the clients I was preparing taxes, they gave me the idea to go ahead and do some research and become my own software. I mean, my own, get my own personal tax software. So once I did that, I got my own office and started bringing my clients over to eventually run my own tax company. So from that, I spent years using TaxWise. I used to use TaxWise. That's how I met Javier. And then I was on social media one day and realized that, okay, I can be my own service bureau. I can have my own tax software and I can sell it to other people. So what I did was I became a service bureau. I did the classes and did the registration and became my own personal service bureau. So I could be able to offer training and tax software to everyone in the community in the United States. And so forth. So I'm excited today to get to know everybody and eventually get you on board to become have your own personal tax software. And you'll be able to Give 100% of your fees. You'll be able to get the back end fees that comes along with some the incentives that comes along with having your own software.
Yeah, that's amazing, Lakeisha. And everybody joining here today, as people keep joining, I love it. We're live also on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. So
Okay.
everybody listening, hey, good morning, good afternoon for those in Texas and East Coast. But we have Lakeisha here to kind of go over basically her experience, right? But like you said, Lakeisha, a lot of people, they enter the tax industry, maybe they get a job for like H&R Block or a job for
Right.
Jackson Hewitt, and they're in it and they start making and they start seeing how much money is coming in, how many clients are coming in. They're like, man, I think I could do this. And so the first thing is they want to be their own boss, right? The American dream, be your own boss. But then,
Right.
like you said, and then after that, they're like, wait, how do I scale my own? How do I open up more offices? And so that's the second piece. That's having your own software to recruit other people. And so I'm glad you have all that experience to show us today and be able to be here. And at the end, we're gonna ask a few questions on the polling so you guys can get in touch with Lakeisha and get maybe a one-on-one consultation. But with that said, if you want to share your screen, Lakeisha, we could get started.
Okay.
And as you do that, welcome everyone joining us. Today's presentation will be in English because we do a lot of stuff in Espanol, but today is in English so we could be able to bring you the best instructors and the best information available. Awesome. And we're starting. Welcome, Lakeisha.
All right. So, welcome everyone. All right. Today we're diving into how to set up and scale your own tax business using ERO model with my software is called Idea Tax Pro. What is an ERO? The ERO is a person that is approved by the IRS to be able to electronically file tax returns during the tax year. You also can file taxes year round too, also, because the IRS actually extends taxes until November or sometimes October. Whether you're just starting or just looking to grow, this session will help you understand your role, your tools, and opportunity. So I will discuss how to start the business, how to some steps you can take to get started. Far as getting your EFIN, what website to go to with the Internal Revenue to get your EFIN started. If you're using the I-10, how to set up your EFIN with your I-10 number. If you use a social, you can do the same with the Social Security also. I'm gonna go to slide 3, I'm sorry. Why become an ERO? The benefits of becoming an ERO, the main thing is the income. I know a lot of us start off when we start doing taxes, we work under other people, and they pay us how they want to pay us. Some start with 50-50 split, 80-20 split, I don't see 70-30 split. But the benefit of becoming an ERO you don't have to split fees with anyone. You will get 100% of your fees, plus your e-file fee. You will also get that on the back end. The benefits is direct IRS e-filing, revenue from refund products, which is the banking products, which I will discuss in a slide later during this presentation. Business branding, you'll be able to brand your own business, create a logo, create an office for you and your clients. So let me go to the next slide. So I want to introduce you to Idea Tax Pro. This is a cloud-based tax software, so everything is done online. You don't have to worry about desktop. So if you can work on the go. So no matter where you at, you can always prepare taxes. But also they do offer desktop to where you don't have to do cloud-based, but nowadays everybody's using cloud-based software. Who is it for? It's for solo preparers, ERO, and growing tax office. If you looking to grow a tax office, you're tired of working under someone else and wants to scale your own business, then this is perfect for you. I went from seeing $10,000 a tax season to now I see 6 figures a tax season because I get all my fees up front and I don't have to wait on anyone to pay me. Okay, choosing the right software as an ERO. Why should you choose Idea Tax Pro? Idea Tax Pro, we are affiliated with TaxSlayer, so everything is through TaxSlayer, which they have cloud-based. You don't have to download anything. Everything is sent directly to you. You just have to create a login. It's a built-in compliance tools. It gives you all the updates so you can stay compliant through the Internal Revenue. Integrated refund product partners, that's the banks that we use, Santa Barbara, Refund Advantage, and so forth. Branded client portal, you'll get your own branded, like I was telling you, you'll be able to create your own office and it'll be more personal, whether you work for someone else. So everything will be more personal. Okay. Go to my next slide. So IRS ERO Compliance Pub, this is a publication that I present to all my EROs when I first get them signed up or potential be a client of mine. The IRS ERO Compliance Publication 3112 make it simple for everyone. The IRS rules that govern the roles, responsibilities, and compliance standards for EROs and tax professional participating in the e-file services. I'm sorry, I'm reading the wrong paper. Okay, do anybody have any questions so far? I'd like to stop in between to make sure no one has any questions of what I'm going over and make sure no one's confused right now.
Yeah, Lakeisha, I see one question on Facebook from one of our viewers. They're asking, just a comment. It's saying, wow, that's a lot of steps to do. Would you be able to help us with getting this done?
Of course, I will walk you through the entire process. Don't feel like you'll be alone. They have tech support, which I will discuss. I do 3-week training to make sure that you're comfortable with running your own tax office. And I have an open office to where you can always text me or call me. If I don't answer the phone, you can always text me. I'm gonna always respond. I don't want anyone to feel uncomfortable with, working under their own business. So I definitely have an open door policy to where I will be open to answer any questions that anyone has. As far as the steps and doing the application, I will walk you through the whole IRS application. It's real easy, but I will walk you through, tell you how to go get fingerprint because you have to get fingerprint to become an EFIN owner. So I will walk you through all those steps. We're actually going to discuss those steps as we go further along.
Yeah, amazing. And one more question on our YouTube channel, actually. So we have YouTube viewers right now, and there it says here she's asking, or she's saying, I have an insurance business, but I do not have tax experience. Do I need to have tax experience to get an EFIN, or can I do it now?
No, you still can get an EFIN because we do. Under my software, I do offer tax training. So if you never prepared taxes before, I do offer tax training. I will teach you how to file personal and business taxes.
Beautiful. Amazing. Okay, go ahead, Lakeisha. Great questions and answers here.
Okay. The key guidelines for EROs are these steps right here. To become an ERO, you must get an EFIN. So like I was saying, you must apply to be approved. You must apply and be approved for electronic filing identification number, which is the EFIN, before transmitting any tax returns. I don't know why my words are not popping all the way up. Go back. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I also prepared, let me go to this screen. I pulled up the IRS website so you guys can see. I'd go to the IRS site so much. I just want y'all to see how to get into, can everybody still see the screen?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, so this is the IRS website where you will go online to apply to be a tax pro to get your EFIN. So when you go online, these are the steps that I'm going to walk you through to get started on applying for your EFIN. Like you'll click on the Tax Pro link. So everything is done under this link. They have the e-services that's to be an e-filer, the EFIN holder. And also they have the P10 system, and they also have a Tax Pro account for all the accountants and stuff and the authorizations and all that. So you will apply for the e-services application. So sometimes when you click on it, they'll have days that will be unavailable. So make sure you pay attention to days that they will be on the IRS will have the system shut down. So you won't be able to apply for EFIN on those particular days. Like right now, it's say May 4th. It'll be unavailable from 1 to 7 a.m. So most of their updates are done overnight, even with the refund. Where's my refund? Most updates are done overnight. Sometimes it'll be over the weekend too, also.
Yeah.
And another thing I want to let everyone know, you cannot apply for EFIN on weekends. You can only do it Monday through Friday. The IRS, like I said, they update on weekends. So sometimes the e-file services won't let you apply on weekends.
Awesome.
That's good to know. Thank you for that tidbit. That's good to know.
Yes, I found that out a year ago. I was like, for some reason, it never works on weekends. So, and I called and they told me that they usually update on weekends. So you will access e-file application and create an account. So that's how you create an account. And then once you create an account, I will walk you through the whole EFIN application process. I thought I turned this off. The EFIN application process.
And Lakeisha, just to mention to our members, to everybody watching, you have to have an EFIN. If you're going to get your own software, you have to have an EFIN to e-file directly to the your client's tax return directly to the IRS.
Yes, you have to have an EFIN.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go back. Okay, and then they just created this safeguard. So once you get your EFIN and you get set up, you also have to apply to do a data security responsibility. There's just a data plan that you have to create just in case your software get hacked. Anybody steal any data information from any of your clients, you have to make sure this security data is in place. Once you sign up for software, I will walk you through this process also. I also will put together a protection data for each office if you need me to put it together, because I've been doing this for a while. So I know how to put those together for you. So you'll have a safety plan in place just in case this happens, and you'll be able to present it to the IRS if they ask for it. Or if you ever get an audit and they ask for this data security plan, you already have the plan in place. Third, always get signatures and consent forms. Make sure you keep those 8879s on file to show that you got permission and consent from each client to file their tax return. Because you'll have some clients say, well, I didn't give her permission to file, but you signed this 8879 form. So if you make sure you have those forms and plus the due diligence notes, you will be fine when it comes to the IRS and audits. And also make sure you get the bank products consent forms signed, but all this will be electronically uploaded into the software and it will require one signature at the end of the tax filing. Accurate and timely filing. This thing is in my way. Most must ensure returns are submitted without altercation using correct information. Notify clients of return status. Make sure you let clients know, give them updates on their return status, because sometimes the IRS, where's my refund, don't work, or it don't give accurate updates. So make sure you stay updated with the status through the banks, because sometimes you can see the status updates in the bank products. And try to make little less mistakes, because you don't want any rejections. Rejections raise red flags to the IRS. So that's why I say accurate and timely filing. Make sure everything is submitted correctly and without having to do any altercations if it comes back rejected. Number 5, retention of records. It's very important that you keep records for at least 3 years on each of your clients, especially the 8879s, because the IRS will look back at least 3 years, but then you can go back 5 years. I keep my files for 5 years. So after 5 years, I shred them. Also, you can keep electronic filing. I have a what's those things called? A storage box, to where all my files go to the storage, and I just save it under there. And I still print my files too, and I have a file cabinet. So I still do it both ways, but you can also keep electronic paper trail also. Just long as you have it, just in case the client get audited or get a letter, you'll be able to help them, with their letters or their audit. Avoid disruptible conduct. No knowingly filing false returns. Avoid excessive refund claims or unethical practices. Under my company, I stress this enough. I talk about this all the time about filing false return. I do not tolerate it. I do not tolerate it, because I have seen people get incarcerated, get in trouble with IRS, owe thousands of dollars to the IRS for filing false returns, because people will report you.
Yep.
I got about 15 returns that I'm amending right now because people are reporting tax preparers.
Yep.
So just try to avoid trying to file, trying to get people a lot of money back. That's the whole thing. People try to get people a lot of money back. So just pay attention to. You got a question, Javier?
Yes, and that's what you do, right? And part of your 3-week training for any new ERO that just got their EFIN that wants to purchase software under Idea Tax Pro, you teach them. Is that correct?
Yes, I will teach all of this. I will go through an extensive training with everyone that signed up to make sure they understand how to properly file a tax return.
And that's one thing, Keisha, I will say that I follow her on all the social media platforms. One of the reasons we invited her, there's no gray area with Lakeisha. She's going to do everything. It's either yes or no. She's going to do everything by the book.
Right. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm not going to say, well, maybe I can help you. It's either this or that. When it comes to IRS, it's either black or white. It's no gray in between. You're going to have to do it right, because they watch everything. Annual registrations. Everybody has to update their PTIN every year. So please make sure you update your PTIN every year. That's how your EFIN stay active. Avoid penalties. Avoid audits. So the main thing to avoid an audit is due diligence notes. And I will do that in my training too, also, to teach you how to properly put in due diligence notes, and also how to utilize AI to help you with some of your notes. Because I do use AI to help with my notes, because sometimes I just don't feel like typing all those notes. Tips for staying compliant is, of course, use Idea Tax Pro built-in audit tools and secure cloud storage to help manage consent forms, retain documents, and etc. They do have this in the software, they have it to where you can upload your documents and save them into the file, and they'll be under their client's information for that tax year. Anybody have any questions so far?
No,
Thanks so
go
far.
ahead.
Right, Tony?
Yeah, only a comment. This is really good, Lakeisha, because we do have some I-10 business owners in our community, so that's good that you're bringing this up.
Okay, I got you. Workarounds for I-10 holders. If you have an I-10 instead of a social, you can still apply using your I-10. You must create a legal entity formation. That means like, are you going to be a sole proprietor or are you going to incorporate it? You can use a partner with a social, but I just found out that the IRS do take I-10 numbers. Staying compliant while building your credibility. So long as you stay compliant, you'll be able to keep your EFIN number. And let me show you. I think
Nice.
I can. Let me log into. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, I really like how you're going into the IRS website, Lakeisha, because it shows like a real demo of this is happening on the
Right.
site. So let's go.
Oh shoot, I forgot my phone still down low. So I could once I get everyone signed up, I will walk you through the whole entire process. I forgot my phone is updated. So make sure you
Nice.
stay compliant and keep your credibility. So right now right now I have 5 EFINs. Believe it or not, you can get as many EFINs as you want. But I have 5 EFINs because I have some people are not able to get EFINs. So I have a program set up to where the P10, if you got a P10 number, I'll still offer you an office if you're not able to get an EFIN. So everybody is not an EFIN ERO, but that comes with you just won't get the e-filing fee. But I still give 100% of the fees. You just won't get the back end fees. So that's another thing I offer under Idea Tax Pro. Okay, so the things to expect when you do the application through the IRS, you know about the fingerprint. Everyone has to do a fingerprint process. It takes 4 to 8 weeks, and you got to stay in touch with the IRS because they will forget about you. I got one tax preparer now. She's been waiting since last August for her EFIN. And I finally told her that you need to call IRS. And they kind of put a rush on it because she's been waiting since August. So she should be getting her EFIN soon. So that's why it's very important to stay in touch with the IRS.
And Akeisha, quick question from the chat. The fingerprint process, where do people go to do that fingerprint process?
The IRS will send you a list of places to go within your area. So they have labs around each city that they officially use. So some people go to sometimes you'll go to the UPS store. They have a fingerprint place in there, or FedEx, Kinko's. You'll be able to do your fingerprint there. But they'll give you a designated place to go get your fingerprint done.
Yep.
Depending on where city you live in.
Okay, good to know.
Using Idea Tax Pro as an ERO. Getting started with Idea Tax Pro, we will do the account setup. I will send you an application and walk you through the process. We will go through a tutorial about the whole software. I'm going to actually bring up my software while I got y'all on Zoom. Let me go to the admin. So this is
And while Lakeisha is doing that, for everybody that's in the webinar right now, Service Bureaus are a great form to, if you're just getting started and want to learn the ropes of being your own ERO. Service Bureaus, I will say this, are a great partner because they're going to get the software a lot cheaper than you buying it directly sometimes.
Right,
And they're
because
gonna,
when I first did it, when I went Software Direct, I was paying $1,200 a year. So I was paying $1,200 a year through Slayer. So it's actually was cheaper when I became a service bureau and I was able to offer it to other people. It's actually cheap. So when I first started doing taxes, it was high.
Mhm.
So just Software Direct is very expensive and you have to renew and they're gonna put you on a contract to renew every year.
Yeah.
So I just want to give y'all an idea what Idea Tax Pro is. This is
Nice.
my home screen to where everything is done through Slayer. So they have this is my office. So this is how I add people to the office. It's probably not gonna pull up but I ain't got nobody in there. It's not showing my people. But probably because I'm on Zoom. But I have a list of clients. I have some that have their own offices, but they work under my EFIN. Some of them have their own EFIN, but I will get you set up with an office with your own branded software and everything. I'm trying to see if it pull up if I go to it. It usually works. And it also will direct you to the IRS website if you need to look up anything, get clients IP pin, amend the return check, get their tax record because you can help them pull their tax records online too. Also mailing addresses if you need to mail a return, because some people returns have to be mailed. So if you need to mail a return, they'll have a list. You have a list of addresses that you use for each state. And you just click on your state and they'll tell you where to mail a return to. And they have all the publications, anything you want to know, any rules, laws about taxes, any forms you may need, you can find it under the IRS publication that is also will be in the software. And they have a tech support number that you can call and get someone on the phone. They will also connect to your computer so they can see if you're having any troubleshoot issues or you can't log in or you forgot your password and need assistance, they'll be available to help you. And they also have training software videos. I usually do training myself because I like to navigate you through the software on a more personal level so you can really understand. And I like to break it down each section to everyone. But they do, like once my training over and you still have questions, they do have this available so you can go back and piggyback on some things that I have taught you or you learned. You want to just make sure you got everything correct. They still have videos available to walk you through the whole process. Okay, anybody have any questions so far?
I don't see
Okay.
any connection. Oh, actually, sorry. We have somebody here, Lorena. She's
let's go, Mr.
asking, I think she's running a little late because she's asking if I work with you, do you help me get my EFIN? And yeah,
Yes,
you do.
yes. Of course, I sure will. We was just discussing how I will walk you through the EFIN process.
Mhm.
They
Perfect. Go
also
ahead.
have a offset hotline. If you want to see if anybody owe the IRS, you can use the offset hotline. So this is what I wanted to show you. I finally got it pulled up to where these are everybody that works under this EFIN, under my office, under this Idea Tax Pro software. Some people are using my EFIN. As you can see, they have their own office, but they still using my EFIN. But a lot of people have their own EFINs also too. So I just wanted to show y'all that they also have a refund calculator. If you don't want to put in the whole return and you just want to give somebody an estimate, they have a refund calculator to where you can give them an estimate amount of how much their taxes will be once you start preparing them. That's just to save time and Because some people let you put all that stuff in and then say, I don't want, I'm gonna go to someone else. So this save you time and you'll be able to go in and just give them an estimate of what you can do to help them.
Yep.
And I also will walk you through that process once we do the training.
And Lakeisha, one
Mhm.
question I have for you: if somebody's on a year EFIN, or somebody that's starting new, let's say somebody wants to start with Idea Tax Pro, and they want to make sure they're doing a correct return, do you help them with that too? Like
Yes,
before you
yes.
acknowledge the IRS.
And like I was saying, I'm in everybody's office, so I'll be in everyone's office. I can see everyone work. And if you have a question about a client or you unsure, please reach out to me. I don't want you to do anything and feel uncomfortable. Like I told them earlier, I have an open door policy. You can always text, call, email, bird signal, just let me know.
Yep.
I just don't want y'all to lose your EFIN
And
because
Lakeisha will
once
answer. She will answer because I always text her, or call her, and she'll be on the so she does answer.
So I will answer. If it take me a long time to answer, that means I'm on Zoom. Like somebody keep calling me now. They probably like, what's wrong? Is something wrong? Because I'm not answering. But I'm on Zoom right now. So I will answer the phone and I will I want y'all to make sure you're comfortable with tax filing. Okay, let me go back to the presentation, but that was just a breakdown of the software. Like I say, review. Somebody got I can go in and review their return if I want to. If they ask me to, like if you text me and say, hey, Keisha, can you look at this return and see that I itemized this return correctly? Then I'll go in on the company review and view the tax return and tell you if it's correct or you need to make some corrections or what type of correction you need to make, and I will send it back to you.
And I will say that is one benefit of working with the service pros, because you're going to get that level of service versus buying directly from the tax software.
Yes, you get more hands-on, just with a service bureau. Okay, let me go to the next screen. So I showed y'all how the software work, how to walk you through. I'm gonna give everybody the link to get their EFIN. Well, it's really just the IRS website, irs.gov. And like I showed you earlier, just click the Tax Pro link. And for the ones who just joining, I'm gonna show the link one more time. Okay. So on the IRS website, you would just click the Tax Pro link in the corner to apply in the e-services. But like I was telling Javier and Tony, I will walk you through the entire process. If you need me to walk you through that process, I will walk you through that process. Doing the training. All right, let's go to the next one. Customizing, let me make sure I'm on the right page. Okay. Customizing your setup. So you'll be able to add, prepare, set pricing, like I said, the personal branding, putting your logo, being able to send messages to your clients and so forth, and be able to create a login through the bank and talk directly through the bank. When you have your EFIN, nothing from the banks come through me. You have to deal with the banks directly with your EFIN. Now, if you work under my EFIN, then everything will still come through me. I will just pay you your fees. But make sure you manage the client returns, input returns, track the IRS acknowledgement, and fix rejections quickly. Whenever you get a rejection, try to fix it quickly, but sometimes it takes time. Like this year, a lot of people was getting rejections for the 1095-A form. Because some people didn't know that they were signed up for Marketplace, because there was a lot of fraud going around last year, that people was getting signed up for Marketplace insurance and had no idea that they had Marketplace insurance. So a lot of people was missing 1095-As that they didn't know they had this year. So Make sure you fix those rejects quickly. And also, if you have a client that can't get the 1095A, you can show them how to create an account online at the IRS portal. And I'll walk you through that process when we do training. Setting up refund bank products. This would I think we have someone on from Refund Advantage, Pathward Bank.
Yep.
I personally use Refund Advantage. I use both banks. I use both because I have 5 EFIN, so I use these EFIN for this bank and this EFIN for this bank. So when you choose a bank partner, make sure that it's one comfortable for you. I like Refund. I love Refund Advantage. I love their turnaround time. I love their response time. I just want them to get a marketing website like Santa Barbara. Hopefully that comes up next. But other than that, I have no complaints about Refund Advantage. Enable options like Refund Advantage, debit cards, etc. Because everyone that you prepare taxes for don't use bank products or won't be able to use bank products because some people you might have a tax liability. So make sure you're able to offer other payment platforms like Square or Zelle or Refund Advantage in Santa Barbara will collect your fees for you too. Also, if you don't get a payment from the client or if the client return gets taken away because they owe a past due debt.
Yeah, and Lakeisha, we do have Dora from Pathward from Refund Advantage, and we want her to jump on real quickly and just kind of tell our viewers here how they work together with service bureaus and what they have to offer.
Yeah, thank you so much, Lakeisha. I mean, my hat's off to you. And I was actually just putting in the chat, I'm like, you must be in on our meetings. You mentioned something about the marketing. We do actually have a couple of things cooking up. So we'll be announcing a couple of new things, of course, as normal banks. We normally try to announce them during the summer. So around this time, we've been definitely at the beginning of the year, we started kind of planning a couple of things. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, things will launch. And during this time is when we'll be announcing some new things. So I'm glad you brought that up because that's actually something that we'll be talking about in the summer. Yeah. So thank you. First and foremost, thank you to Ngozi. As a preferred partner, as a sponsor of Ngozi, we definitely love the education standpoint of everything. Lakeisha, as a service bureau, she has, at the beginning of every, I guess you could say avenue or, when we're part of this industry, we begin with, where do I start? Where do I go? And Lakeisha's doing a great job in explaining everything. How do you start? And I love that she is, willing to help you. There's a lot of service bureaus out there. There's a lot of people that do the same thing, but you've got to find one that really helps you and your business and your brand. And from what Lakeisha's saying, she's very hands-on with her EROs, and that's what we love to see at the bank, especially because, as your banking partner, we want to make sure that you're able to grow the service bureau aspect. We want you to bring in more offices, more business. And so for those of you who don't know, Pathward is the official bank. We represent 2 brands. Lakeisha mentioned Refund Advantage. We also have our EPS brand. And so both of those are what we call, our superpower in the tax industry. Both of the brands together have been in the industry for well over 50 years. And we have specialized ourselves with getting to know the tax preparer, not only just as a tax preparer, but as a service bureau. Because when you take that extra step to the service bureau, you're not just focused on your office anymore. You're focused on other offices. You're focused on bringing other partners in, other offices, so you can grow your brand. So just a quick overview about what a bank product is, what we offer. We offer forms of payments. And so to make it very simple, we have what's called a refund transfer. And a refund transfer in our tax industry, it's a way for your taxpayer to pay your preparation fees out of their refund. So this helps with upfront, out-of-pocket costs. They don't have to come up with any funds to your office to file. It's simple, it's convenient for them, and it gives you more accessibility to them, especially because we know know if we don't have funds in our hands to go do something, more than likely we're not going to do it. But if you have that refund transfer service, if you have those bank products in your office, you're able to access a majority of those folks who don't have those out-of-pocket or upfront costs. And so normally what we like to do is we like to talk about what it is and why you should get into the bank product side of it. And then we also like to talk about the additional values. Not only can you do refund transfers, you can do advances. You can offer your taxpayer advances. We offer EROs advances. We offer your office advances. This is like startup money. You're starting up your office. You need a little bit of cash to get started for the season. And so we have those kind of things for you. Of course, in addition, as far as a service bureau concerned, definitely they are one of the top back end fee receivers. So that means that, once you take that next step, you are, you see all of those tax preparation fees, but can you just imagine the other fees that are associated with it? There are, service bureau fees, there's e-file fees, like Lakeisha was mentioning. There's all these fees, but on the hindsight of it, you can definitely see a change when you go from that EFIN holder to a service bureau, especially in that aspect. And so don't want to take too much of your time. Lakeisha's doing phenomenal. But if you have any questions on how we can get started, what do I look for? We have great customer support, but on top of that, we have agents who manage accounts who are consultants. We kind of walk you through it, just like Lakeisha walks you through her, onboarding and training. We can make sure to do all of that on top of the bilingual aspect. Hablamos español. We're here for you. We know that you need the language barrier, that translator to help in some cases, not all, but we have that. So please, if you have any questions for Refund Advantage, for Lakeisha, drop them in the chat. If you're, hey, Facebook, hey, LinkedIn, I know Ngozi's streaming. If you guys have questions, please, we're here to help you. So thank you so much for the opportunity.
All right, nice to meet you. I've been with Refund Advantage now for 7 years. I've been with Santa Barbara for 8 years. But I had created a chart to where each bank offer. Most banks offer the same thing, except like I have those in 2 spots. But other than that, everyone offer the same thing. No one should offer in-person cash pickup. We know that's a big no-no, but they have options to go to Walmart pickup and stuff to get their refund. The thing I like about Refund Advantage is that you can log in and check your status real fast. They do the applications process is pretty quick, and they do offer loans your first year if you have clients, at least 50 clients. They will give you a startup loan. If you don't have the money to start your tax business and you've been doing taxes, you can give them a report of how many clients you did under the last person you did taxes for once you get your EFIN. And they will offer you, advanced loans. They call starter pre-season loans to help you get started for the tax year. I utilize the loans every year just to get my office back up running and to get payroll started before taxes actually start processing. So all the banks have the same things to offer. Do anybody have any questions?
I was gonna say, Lakeisha, thank you for that table that you
Yes.
it's very clear.
Very
this is
good.
exactly, this is exactly what we like doing for those of you that are joining Ngozi. Every month we get new members, every week we get new members,
Right.
and they're like, what does Ngozi do? What are you guys talking about? But like, we're here to help you grow your business, your tax and insurance
Right.
business, and we do it very objectively. And by inviting people like Lakeisha, that is just, able to showcase, look, there's different banks out there, there's different products. Lakeisha uses our preferred bank product, which is Refund Advantage, which is amazing. But it's very clear. So the business owner, the tax pro or member makes an objective decision, and it kind of showcases that Negozi is not is for everybody. We're trying to just make everybody grow and succeed. So thank you for showing
Right.
that. And I do have a question here from Jose Martinez, one of our here on the Zoom. So Jose was asking, what is a turnaround time to get approved for the bank product?
24 hours.
Got it. Yeah, and I see they replied here. So 24 hours for those of you listening on YouTube or on LinkedIn and Facebook, you're able to see 24 hours. And then Jose also said, how do we get access to start with Idea Tax Pro? But I think at the end you're gonna talk about how people can reach you, right? Lakeisha?
Yes, I'm gonna send a
Nice.
link to, I'm gonna send a link, I'm gonna put a link in the chat to where they can put their information, and I'll reach out to them and we'll kind of discuss the next steps.
Amazing. But go ahead and continue. I love that table, by the way. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, scaling your tax business with Idea Tax Pro. The thing about scaling your tax business, the most important thing is marketing. We have to market. I was a horrible marketer at first, until I created a marketing team. I had to create a marketing team to help me with my marketing, because I just be so focused on taxes and helping my EROs and my tax preparer to sometimes I forget to market. So to scale your tax business, you must market. Hire preparers, put positions out there to hire people who wants to learn how to do taxes, who's already in the tax field, who's interested. You can hire preparers, get them logins, offer support, track their return, expand with sub offices. So when you get your EFIN, you can create other offices under your tax office. So say you have your EFIN and I set up your office, and then you have another person that gets an EFIN and wants an office. Don't have an EFIN, but they're a tax preparer with a P10. You can set them up an office in your office with using your EFIN if they don't have, and you also can sign other people up under your office too. But I will walk you through that whole process so it won't sound confusing. Once I get you on a one-on-one, I will walk you through that whole process about sub offices. But the first thing is to get your office set up first, and then you can expand as you grow. Because I'm just starting to do sub offices, and I've been doing taxes for so many years, and I'm just starting to do sub office because I got somebody that can focus on that for me.
Yeah,
So you don't
this
wanna,
is cool.
and
Sorry,
you don't wanna
Lakeisha.
overwhelm yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, awesome. No, sorry to interrupt. No, yeah, you don't want to overwhelm yourself. You're right. You need a team. And the reason I interrupted you is because I got a really good question right now that really helps this slide. On YouTube, there's a comment question that says, I live in Arkansas, but my cousin lives in Texas. So what you're saying is my cousin could open up her tax office underneath me?
Yes,
Love
yes, and she
this.
will
Love
join the
this.
training, and your cousin will join the training. When I do your training, your cousin will join in, and also your tax preparers will join in. So they
Love
can, if you
this.
don't have any tax preparers, I will train you to where you can train your tax preparers too. We have both options available. It's just an open door to, if you have preparers and they're already under your establishment, then you can join them in for the training too.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying that.
So the next slide, that's it. I didn't, I wasn't paying attention to my papers, but, in closing, I want to say that I'm looking forward to working with everyone, getting the offices set up, introducing them to the ERO world of filing taxes, and how much revenue you can see, extra revenue, that you didn't imagine that you can make. I'm just looking forward to it, and I'm excited to help everyone. I'm gonna put my link in the comments. So everybody will be able to contact me and send me their information so so everybody can send me their information. I'll contact and reach out to them.
Perfect.
So since we're closing, do anyone have any questions for me? How to pick a bank, how to market. Anybody have any questions?
I see a question here. It says, if I have a few offices, could I use my own software logo, or do I use the Idea Tax Pro logo?
No, you will have your own logo.
Wow. Oh, wow. That's
You
amazing.
will, you
Lakeisha.
will,
So,
no, is he talking about a service? He want to become a service bureau?
yeah, I think that's what they want to do, because I guess they have a few offices and they want to they want to keep growing, and so they were just wondering if they want to have their own logo. So it looks like they do want to become a service bureau. Yeah, you know why, Lakeisha? Because a lot of people may not know what a service bureau is, but what they really want is to have their own brand, and that's possible,
Okay.
right? With you?
Yes, that's possible. So
Yeah.
fill out the intake form and then I'll contact you and we'll get a better understanding, like your client retention. Are you talking about do they have their own EFIN or they're using your EFIN? So just fill out I'm gonna put the intake form and then we'll just talk and chat and see where do we need to go from there. Do you need to become a service bureau? Do you need to work as an EFIN and then just set up offices under your EFIN?
Perfect. Sounds good. So we'll do that. And did you add your information here? Oh, we'll add it here on the chat.
Okay, I'm finna
Lakeisha,
add it now.
for people to do that. At this time, does anybody have any questions about starting your very own business? Because I know that's a theme for us for the next few months, is start your own tax and insurance business. We have other webinars on how to start an insurance business, and we'll
Right.
definitely let you know when those are. And let me launch this polling question here, by the way, so we could
Okay.
let everybody know if they want to follow up directly with you, Lakeisha. And let me click launch. So for those of you seeing it, we're asking if you would like to follow up with Lakeisha to get more one-on-one consultation about how to start your own tax business with your own EFIN, and being able to. So I love those kind of questions about, hey, I got a cousin, hey, I got a nephew, hey, I got an uncle, and that wants to get into the tax business, or maybe they already are in it a little bit. And so it's amazing to hear that it's not as difficult as people think, right, Lakeisha?
No, it's not.
Okay, perfect. So as people
I'm
are
trying to
answering this.
download this form. Let me get this form
Yeah.
ready.
And actually, as you do that, let me share my screen here, because we're gonna have Lakeisha with us, if she's available, this September in San Diego. So for the first time ever, we're hosting a Negozi National Convention, and we're bringing all of our members together from around the country to San Diego this September. And it's going to be a really unique conference, everyone, because it's the only one that's going to combine tax professionals with insurance professionals with real estate professionals.
Oh, it's gonna
So
be cool.
yeah, it's gonna be cool because it's gonna be a bunch of like entrepreneurs, like Keisha, that
Right.
have their own big, and you know, a lot of people are in our industries. It's more a multi-service industry, right? People have tax, insurance, immigration. So there is gonna be different tracks. There's gonna be a tax track, which I'll show everybody right now. There's gonna be an insurance track, and there's gonna be a real estate track, and there's gonna be main stage, and it's gonna be at the Manchester Grand Hyatt, right on the beach, right there in San Diego. And the reason I'm sharing that with you guys is because day one is the day in English, is September 18th, day one. And I'll share the schedule here on the chat too. And we're going to cover mainly what's going to be really, really hot in the tax room. Tax track is going to be all the new proposals that we're seeing in the news that may become law. For example, they're saying that they may eliminate tax on overtime. No tax on overtime. We'll see if that goes through. No tax on tips anymore. We'll see. Interesting. That's why you see some question marks, because it's not a law
following
yet.
that
It's still a
now.
proposal. Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
following
yeah. I'm
that
sure you're
now.
following along. Yeah. And then also no tax on Social Security income. Very interesting, right? No tax Social Security. And I even heard, Lakeisha, yesterday, I like to watch CNBC and the Wall Street and read the Wall Street Journal, that they may use that you may get a tax deduction on your
For your
auto
auto
loan when you buy a car if that car is manufactured in the US.
Yes.
And so
I've
very
been reading up
interesting.
on
So
that.
that's gonna
I need to get me an American car
So
again.
everybody knows. There you go. There you go. And
And
so
also
that's
they
the kind
have
of stuff.
and then they still have the credits for the electronic cars to the electric cars.
Yeah, yeah. And actually, I was reading, I don't know if you read the same thing, that they may eliminate the energy credits overall. So a lot of people are concerned about that.
I
They're going to
hope
extend
not.
them or not.
I hope
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, I know. So time to lobby your congresswoman right now. Go talk to them. And so that's gonna be the very beginning of the conference, because that's what everybody wants, right? They want to have the latest changes because tax season is coming, soon after, a few months after September. And then, but as we do with any Negozi event, it's not just tax training, it's business training. So we're gonna talk about lead generation and supporting running a service bureau. That's going to be on day one, some panels, technology. I'm going to cover myself. I'm going to present on how the tax law impacts immigrants, I-10, DACA residents. So that's going to be a good one.
Okay.
Our friends at Pathward are going to be there as well. And I wanted to see, and we'll ask you later, Lakeisha, I don't want to put you on the spot, but if you are able to join us, you could give this very presentation on stage on day one, September 18th.
Yes, I
Yeah.
think I told Javier I'll do it.
Yeah,
I'd love
that's
to
right.
do it.
Okay, I'll go ahead and I'll send you the event details. And then just to kind of recap real quick, then day 2 and day 3 are in Espanol. So day
Okay.
2, again, we're gonna talk about los nuevos cambios, the new changes, I-10, foreign-owned LLCs, JP Morgan Chase, one of our sponsors, is gonna be covering capital, how to get capital and invest in real estate. Google is one of our sponsors that are gonna be covering Google marketing. And day 3 is a lot about real estate investing, real estate tax deductions, US tax planning, US and Mexico. So point is, we look forward to having you, Lakeisha, and everybody that's here on September 18, 19, 20, San Diego, the first ever Negozi National Conference. I'm going to share with you.
September
18th to 19th.
say the date one more time.
Yeah, so September 18, 19, and 20. And by the way, that's the same week as the IRS Tax Forum San Diego. So what's going to happen, a lot of people are going to show up on Monday, go to the IRS Tax Forum San Diego Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then on Thursday, they're going to just go across the street, or just along the way in the same city, to the Manchester Grand Hyatt, and they're going to be
I
there
think
for a few
Claude
more days.
posted it in Spanish, please. Yes, we will have it in Spanish as well.
Yeah. Next month, right, Javier? We have this presentation. I mean, we have
I think
our
you're talking
next
about
tax
the
academy in
update to
Spanish.
Spanish.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. So day 2, we're going to be covering the tax updates in español. Todos los nuevos cambios. El día 2, el 19 de septiembre. So if you do speak, so most of our members are bilingual, but if you do want Spanish classes on day 1 in San Diego, there's going to be other tracks on entrepreneurship español. So there's going to be like 4, we're actually going to have like about 3,000 or 4,000 attendees, Lakeisha. And the reason is because it's going to be about 500 Negozi people, but it's part of a massive event. So there's going to be a lot of networking happening.
And
But anyways.
Yeah, I say Tony and Lakeisha put her job form there. So if anybody's interested, I don't know, we did the poll. There might be some people interested on social media on our YouTube and LinkedIn and Instagram page. But if you want to get in touch with Lakeisha, you can either message me or Tony on Negozi. If you want some more information, we can get that over to you on the Negozi. Just hit me up on Negozi, send me a message, and I'll make sure we get it out to you.
Okay, I'm excited.
And then thank you, Lakeisha, for joining us today, and thanks for everybody that jumped on. We'll be doing a tax academy the last Wednesday of every month. Next
Mhm.
month we will be doing this in Spanish, and we invited Mauricio Castro and Alicia out of Taxes and PR.
Okay.
Yeah, to join
Great.
us. This is great. So welcome to the Negozi community, Lakeisha. We've loved your presentation today and all your resources. And thank
Yes,
you
thank
for
you.
helping us help our members, because that's
I
what's been helping us.
appreciate I
Grow,
appreciate
Lakeisha,
everyone
just
from
helping
listening to
people.
me. You can follow me on Facebook. It's Gifted Hands Financial or Lakeisha Porter, Porter. I'm put my name in chat so you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And the Instagram is Gifted Hands Finance. That's the Instagram. And y'all can follow me on that, and I'll be looking forward to helping everyone.
Awesome. Yeah, we noticed that by helping people, we're able to grow our businesses. And Lakeisha also has a Negozi profile. So you can connect with her on the
Yes.
Negozi platform if you're active as well. And finally, thank you to our preferred bank product partners, Pathward, both Refund Advantage and EPS Financial, Dora, Maritza, for being here and for making this happen a success. So it looks like this is exciting, Javier. What a great success for the first ever Negozi Tax Academy. So people could now know Negozi could help you start a tax and insurance business.
Right.
And we do it through our partners like Lakeisha Porter. Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right.
Thanks, Javier.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Talk soon. Have a
Thank
good
you.
one.
Bye.
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 Bye. Talk to everyone later.
Thank you, everybody. I'm going to leave the meeting on a little bit more just for those that are interested in the Negozi National Conference. You can kind of see it there. But again, as people are logging off, the webinar is over. Feel free to log off anytime. I'm answering one of the questions here that says more details about the conference. So again, en español, voy a hablar en español ahora. So en español, este evento va a ser la primera conferencia nacional de Negozi, donde vamos a juntar todos los negociantes. Negozi va a tener como 500 miembros ahí, pero es parte de una conferencia más grande donde va a haber muchos real estate professionals y muchos insurance professionals. Esto va a ser en San Diego en septiembre y vamos a tener buenísimos temas, como indiqué. Más que nada van a ser temas sobre los nuevos cambios. Y si eres miembro, recibes un descuento. El precio para los miembros es $3.95, pero si compras 2 boletos es $5.95. Para que puedas estar ahí 3 días completos y la agenda va a ser mucho de los nuevos cambios de que van a llegar. Y también unos temas como de real estate, Schedule E, tax deductions for rental properties, international tax planning, US and Mexico, IRS audits y mucho más. Gracias. Thank you, everybody.